see. Alright, cool. We are live and we are playing Seaorama World of Shipping. I'm gonna get my monitors all set up and let's go. So, we're gonna play the just regular solo mode. We'll do it on easy just because I see a lot of people playing this game and a little confused. I mean, I don't think I have everything down yet, but I think I can do pretty decent. So let's start a company called Ultimate Shipping. I'm gonna do easy mode and we're gonna go ahead and start this career mode. Alright, so we're going to choose our starting port, and I think I want to do one that is compatible with like a shipyard and LNG. That way any new ships that I can buy I can just like upgrade straight away, and if it's an LNG carrier it'll have something to do there instead of having to send it from, like, let's say Los Angeles over to Houston just so it can pick up product. So I think the port of Rotterdam will be a good starting port. Confirm that. And for our first ship, we'll go with a container carrier. Can only do the base size to start with, and I'm not really worried about the colors. Alright, we have the first ship right there. Let's go in here. This one I'm going to be selling, so I'm not worried about naming it or upgrading it. Fuel is an afterthought with how much money you'll be making in this game, so I just set auto refuel to 100 normally. And let's hire a crew. I like to have experienced crew members. Hire them for 12 months, makes it a little cheaper per month, and we'll have auto rehire on. These guys both have 2 years experience, but he's a little cheaper, so we'll go with that one. Chief engineer, 4 years experience. Electrotechnical officer. They're all about the same, so we'll just pick one. And the chief steward. Choose our maiden voyage. We'll sort this by most expensive so we can maximize our profits at the beginning. Gonna be going to Singapore, and we can't pick anything else up with that. It'll take us 41 days to get there and 47 days until the contract expires, so we'll start that. Hire security and put time on ×4. We're gonna have to pay a fee to cross the Suez here. And there's our ship, slowly making its way. Now, we can take out loans to buy ships, and it's probably better to do that in the beginning just so you can start getting the company rolling faster, making more money. But after a while, you'll be making so much that you can just buy your ships outright. However, there's like a credit system to the game, which means you need to have like a certain amount of bank reputation to take certain kinds of loans. So right now, since you don't have any sort of reputation, you just gotta do the base loan, which I believe is like 50% down and then 50% on the loan. But we'll try and finish at least one journey before looking into any of that, because I'm pretty sure I can't even do anything with 14 million right now. And there we are, $4 million final profit. So, let's see. I think we should just go ahead and go with that one, because this isn't really a big enough ship to try and do 2 contract loads. All that looks fine. We'll start the contract, advance time, and then we'll look at some of the ships. So I would go straight into trying to see what's the biggest ship I can get. So it's the Suezmax container ship, and to buy it with a bank loan, yep, you need at least 50% down. So we need at least 48 million before we get one of these Suezmax container ships. And I'm not really even going to bother with the used ships, because I don't want to be concerned with restoring them and repairing them if they have any sort of wear and tear on them. And we're crossing through a storm over here. It looks like it's kind of bad. I mean, look at our ship out in the ocean. I think we just passed it by the time we got to the camera view. And there it goes, up to Canada. Now I'm not sure if I can sell my one and only ship here to try and just upgrade to one of those big ships, but I'm not going to risk it. I'm just going to try and make enough money to get my second ship by running this one. We're doing pretty good so far, making $4 million per run. there's another $4.7 million contract right there we can do. Start that. And continue the time. Kind of a long journey there, and we gotta pay a fee to get through the Panama Canal. I think it'll still be profitable in the end. Now, I haven't played this just regular single player mode. I have another save with the competitive AI mode, and I haven't really finished that one either yet to get to like the final score and be like the #1 shipping company out of the AIs, but so far I have made it up to 3rd place out of 11 companies. And I have learned a bit about the game from that playthrough, so should be able to do rather decent on this one. Let's see if we can watch it in the storm this time. Yeah, you can hear the storm. Look at all the waves. Make it through, slowly but surely. You can see like the different stats about each port by hovering over it, seeing what they can support. And we have arrived and made another 4.3 million profit. So the next one, let's see, now we're making a little bit more money. We'll acquire that one and send her on her way. Now you'll see why it's worth it to try and save up to get one of the like Suez Max, the biggest container ships, as your next ship. Well, There might be another one that's worth it, but point is getting one of these in the biggest size possible. Yeah, this one will be slightly cheaper because you'll be able to make more money at once, take more contracts at once, and build the company quicker. It's a slow start, but once you have a lot of ships, it's a lot of stuff to keep up with. And you'll see over time you'll gain enough reputation to send your ships on charter contracts for like 6 months or a year, and then that way another company is basically like renting out your ship for that time period, and you're making money off of it without having to worry about doing all the different contracts and maintenance and everything. Makes it easier to keep time moving, because every time one of your ships becomes idle, the time automatically pauses. And if you have a lot of ships, let's say they're constantly arriving at ports and becoming idle, there'll be a lot of downtime, so those charter contracts are very, very helpful once you have a lot. Not much going on here. I think we might be able to take both of these, so we'll go to Portugal first, and then Aberdeen. And see, we can do 2 contracts at once, and we'll make it there in time as well, still going at 10 knots. You don't want to go too fast too often, because it brings down your eco rating and then you won't be allowed at certain ports. So we'll start this one off and put the time back at fast forward. Also, if you press this right here, it will show the full journey of where your ship has to go. You can click these, like change the color. Let's say you want it yellow. Now you see a yellow journey path. That right there, no line, just the current trip, and then the full journey. You can see we're already up to 31 million, so we're pretty decently getting there towards getting that Suez Max ship with a 50% bank loan. And there we are at the port of Aberdeen. We'll pick this up for 5 million and start that contract. Just keep it moving so we can order this second ship. Also, there is an economy in this game, so ship prices can go up and down. we'll try and keep an eye on that as we order our ships. I don't really pay too much attention to that in the competitive mode because I'm trying to, you know, beat other companies, and you know, there's two of them still ahead of me, so I just constantly need to be buying ships so I can get more money rolling in. But over here, without other companies competing, maybe you can hold on to your money a little bit longer until the prices on the ships are lower, and then order a bunch then. Like you can see right now, the container ships, they say they're up 22%. So if we go look at, that's a lot more expensive than what we were looking at, because now we would need 62 million instead of 45 million down to get the loan on this. Alright, grab the next contract for this ship. Another 5 million, 5.4 million. And send that on its way. These are the different charters, so we'll get into that later on because we need more reputation for that anyway. We either want to get one of these bulk carriers or container ships, so once we have enough to put 50% down on one of those in the biggest size, we'll go ahead and get those. Those are a lot cheaper than any sort of tanker ship. Alright, we're just arriving at our next port, up to 41 million. That's real nice right there. 8.1 million for this contract to the port of Hong Kong. Pick that up. Start that. And I think maybe after this we'll be able to get one of these as long as the economy lets us. Let's see how much a bulk carrier is right now. 104. We need 50%, so that's still not enough for that. we might have enough after this trip to the port of Hong Kong. It's a super long journey, so this is kind of slow at the moment, like I said, with only one ship. But once the company keeps growing, you'll have more to do and less of these long periods of just travel. Honestly, it can get pretty hard to keep up with. We'll see how far I can get in this session. See how many ships we can get. And there we are with our 7.8 million profit. We'll send it back over to the port of Oslo in Norway. Start that. See how the economy's looking. We might be able to get a bulk carrier now. Almost. Need 50 million right now. So we'll keep going. Finish this trip. And then order a second ship. However, it is a monthly economy, so it could get cheap enough for us to afford it mid-journey. But you want to get it as soon as possible, because it takes time for the ship to be built and delivered. So, let's see. Now. Nope, still the same right there. Plus, we gotta spend some money to cross the Suez. But I think after this trip for sure. February now, so let's check what the economy's like. Container ships are still getting more expensive. The bulk carriers are still the same. Right, so we can't carry that, we don't have enough space for it. But we can take that to China. Start that contract up. And we'll go get our big bulk carrier right now while we can. See, because we wanted a container ship, but the container ships are very inflated right now. So we're just gonna go with this one and buy it with a bank loan, 50% for 48 months. Accept and confirm. Now we gotta let this ship continue on its journey until that other one is ready. You can see we're already making payments on that second ship before it's even delivered. But we will be fine. We're not going to go negative. But we will start making so much more once that ship arrives. Like I said, we will be getting rid of this small little Panamax container ship eventually. Because if you want to make as much as possible, you want all your ships to be the biggest size. So you can carry as much as possible and maximize your profits. Just made another payment on that other ship, cutting it kind of close there with 610,000 in the bank. But once this gets delivered, we're all good. That's a really good one there, 9.5 million. Send it to Houston, start contract. is our second ship. Alright, so we're gonna rename it, keep it simple, and call it Bulk Carrier 1. We'll be able to keep track of everything. Right now, I'm not going to worry about the upgrades yet because, you know, money's kind of tight, but you kind of want to do all these upgrades, get better fuel economy, more morale with your crew members and all that. So later on, the prices won't matter. At the beginning, it kind of hurt, but you can at least get the ship and start making money to grow the business. Alright. And then not much going on right now. And I'm kind of hungry, so I think I might actually take a break and then come back and continue this. So I'll be back in a bit.